Hey guys, it's good to be back, and today I'm going to bring you my PS5 collection video for a special treat for all you viewers that keep tuning in. I really appreciate the comments, I really appreciate the likes, the views. It's all awesome, guys, but we're going to get started today right away with Atomic Heart. This one is a mixed bag for me. I loved the visuals. I thought they were fantastic, done really well in that respect. However, gameplay just kind of wasn't my bag. I'm not sure what it was. Couldn't get into it as much as I thought I would. It reminds me of games like BioShock and Fallout a little bit, which are both amazing games, but I think this one was just kind of missed the mark a bit. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 still because it was an accomplishment, and if you want to see what the PlayStation 5 can do graphically, it's a good game for that. Let's look at the next one, and if you'll notice, there's no reflective red dot anywhere on the games now. I've figured out how to get rid of that, so I apologize for my prior videos, but this time we're sniper free, okay? So, looking at Blasphemous 2 by Team 17. Now, this game really caught me by surprise. I actually liked the first one too. I didn't know, what this one would be like exactly, but I gave it a play, and I ended up just loving this game, guys. This one was a lot of fun. Blasphemous 2, definitely worth your time, definitely worth a pickup. I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. It was excellent. Next we have Bramble, the Mountain King. What a strange game this was. I played it all the way to completion, and it was a bit of a slow burn, actually, but it was a fun puzzler still. I had a lot of fun doing this. I was kind of just curious as to what they would throw at me next, I guess, is what this game held. A lot of people see this as a controversial game, but I don't really agree with that. I think that it was, it had a really cool story. Yeah, it had a couple parts that were a bit bloody, hence the mature rating. A little bit scary for children, I guess, but Bramble was a very interesting story-driven game, and kind of was a slow burn at the same time. I actually kind of enjoyed myself. It was almost like it was really, tranquil, I guess is the word for it, except for a couple little parts, but actually really well done for the most part. I would give Bramble a 7.5 out of 10. Kind of short, but it was still good. Chernobylite. So this one is a very interesting game. A lot going on here. But very, very fun, has a really cool atmosphere in Ukraine, Russia area. So kind of a hidden gem, I would say, on the system. I don't think it's an amazing game, but it's definitely worth your time, I think, if you like RPGs, like long, drawn-out RPGs with lots of dialogue. It has a really interesting story. I don't want to give it away, but this one is a hidden gem. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about Chris Tales, an RPG here by Modus. Visually, I liked this game. I thought it was done really well in that respect. The gameplay itself wasn't anything, to speak of. It was okay. So, I mean, as a whole, this was a decent game to play. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we have Death's Door. Man, this was tough in some spots, but I got through it. I loved it. It was a great game. I think just about anybody who likes platformers would probably like this game, but just know there's a lot of things to do in this game, and there's a lot of little side things and hidden secrets you gotta run around and find. But man, this was a lot of fun. I recommend this to most people who like platformers, maybe top-down platformers. 7.5 out of 10, really good on this one. Next we have Deathloop. Deathloop was good. I did not play this to completion. It was kind of like Dishonored with guns. That's what everybody says, and I happen to agree with that. That's pretty much what this game was. I love Dishonored. I might even like Dishonored better than this one, I think. But Deathloop was still fairly good. I think on IGN this got a 10 or something, so I was really interested in seeing what this... Oh yeah, right there, 10 out of 10. So I was really interested in seeing what this would be like. I'm at about a 7, maybe 7 on it. That's about it. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like anything amazing to me. It was okay. I guess the dialogue was funny in a couple spots, and the kills were kind of out of line fine, but it was okay. Not great. Next we are talking about Death Stranding, and this is a big slow burn. This is the director's cut by Hideo Kojima, and this is a slow burn, but it's a great game, guys. It's really a lot of fun. Visually outstanding. If you want to see what the PS5 can do graphically, you get Death Stranding. That's a good one, guys. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Demon's Souls. I have man, this has been a tough one, but I got through it by the skin of my teeth. But yeah, good game, guys. I love it. Really well done. Really great remaster of a classic game that I played originally on the PS3. Can't say enough good things about Demon's Souls. This was a great one. 8 out of 10. Next we have Dredge. Now, this is a really fun one. Kind of a hidden gem, I would say, on the system. I didn't think I would like this game, but I said, what the hell? I'll give it a shot because I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I did. I gave it that chance, and it was totally worth it. Really, really fun. Really intuitive. Just a great game all around. Dredge, I do recommend. Even if you don't think you'll like it, go into it. See what you think. It's cool. It has some story elements. Has some stuff you got to find that's hidden. It has, you know, some exploration. It's a lot of fun, guys, and it's actually got some pretty cool sea monster type stuff in it too. So good times with Dredge. I loved it. 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Evil West. This is the PAL version because I didn't want to pay the exorbitant amount of prices they're asking for the North American version, but the PAL version works just as good. So if you want to save some dough, there you go. Get the PAL. Peggy, I think was what they say. Yeah, Peggy version of this one. Yeah, Evil West, guys. Now, I liked this. This is like a Gears of War style game to me, set in the Wild Wild West with like just crazy creatures coming at you. A lot of fun. Like if you like just jumping in, shoot 'em ups, it was done well, guys. I really liked this game. I would give this an 8 out of 10. It was really fun. Next we have Final Fantasy 16, and I must admit I have not completed this game. I did start it, and I really liked what I saw. Visually incredible. I like the direction they're going with this so far that I've played into it. I definitely recommend this Final Fantasy game. I'm not sure. I think there was another title that was rated mature before this one, but this is one of the first in the series, I think, of the numbered series that was rated mature. But man, this was really, really good so far. I can't wait to get through the rest of it. I'm probably at about an 8 already, and I haven't even gotten that far into it. So good times. Check this one out if you get a chance. And this one is Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch. Limited edition. This is the steelbook with the slipcover. There's the back of that, so you can see what that looks like. There you go. There's your rating at the bottom there. There we go. So steelbook, yeah. I'm not a big fan of steelbooks usually, but this one doesn't look bad at all. Came out really good, actually. There you go. There's your disc, your interior. I like it, guys. Now, Fist. Let's talk about this one. This is a great game, guys. I really love side-scrolling platformers if they're done right, and this one was done right, guys. This is worth your time. This is worth a pickup. Just incredible all around. Get Fist if you have a chance. I think it's pretty cheap still, around the $20 to $30 range. Excellent game. I recommend it highly. 8 out of 10. So what would this video be without an in-depth look at the new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? This is a deluxe edition, guys, that I picked up. I cannot wait to play this. Yes, I have not played it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've seen the visuals. I've heard about how they redid some things a little differently. Man, I can't wait to get into this, but I'm going to show you what comes inside this one. So you're going to get the game, the original game case like this, which is a pretty nice looking cover, I would say. I do like the art direction there. There you go. That's what you're getting from the standard game if you were to happen to pick that up. If you get this deluxe edition, you do get the steelbook version, which looks really good, as you can see. I mean, they've done a bang-up job on this steelbook. I mean, this is a steelbook I don't mind having because it's so pretty. And I just love it all the way around. It's great. Great looking steelbook. Next we have an art book that came with that as well. This art book was done really, really well. It has like a matte finish on it. If we look inside just briefly, there's some really good illustrations, some amazing looking graphically done photos here. Some art, you know, concept art most likely, maybe something like that. Really good stuff though. I mean, and this book is nice and thick. There's just a lot of stuff in here, guys. So if you have a chance or if you have the cash to get the deluxe edition of this, I would recommend doing that. It is definitely a good pickup for me that I've seen so far. Very reminiscent of the Final Fantasy VII days with a new coat of paint. So really nice on this, guys. Next we have the last piece that comes in the deluxe set, and that is the mini soundtrack, which actually comes in a standard plastic CD case. Used to be in the on the first one they released on PS4, came with like a slip, cardboard slip instead. So cool. I liked it. I like the way they've done this. Like I said, I haven't played the game yet, so I cannot give you a score. But once I do, I might do a review just on that. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. I appreciate it. We'll go on to the next game. Next, we are talking about The Forgotten City, and it's not forgotten to me because this one I was remembering after I played. This was a fun game, guys. I didn't think I would really like it, being such a story-driven type of game and kind of slow, but it was a cool like mystery story, and it sets you on a journey that's just really unique. I really liked this. It was done well. I recommend this game to anybody who doesn't mind, taking some time and being an investigator. It was a lot of fun in that respect. I'd give that a 7 out of 10. Next, we have Forspoken. Kind of a controversial title, and that is for the fact that, yes, the dialogue sucks in this game. It's horrible. I hated it. I hated the dialogue, that is. It was not done well, and it actually was kind of annoying. But, gameplay wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say this was like an outstanding game by any means, but it definitely got better as time went on. So I recommend it if you don't mind the cheesy, sappy dialogue through the whole thing. The voice acting is not good either. So there you go. Forspoken, I'm at about a 6.5 on. Next we have Ghostwire Tokyo. And this one I actually really did like. This one there's no cheesy dialogue here. And made by Bethesda, I think one of their last games they made there. But I loved Ghostwire Tokyo. It was done really, really well. A lot of fun gameplay. First-person, unique shooter is what this is. I recommend picking this up if you haven't played it yet. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Guilty Gear Strive. And this is not the North American version because that version is in the stratosphere when it comes to price. So I went ahead and picked up this Korean version instead. Works just as good though. I think anybody who wants this game and doesn't want to pay some crazy amount for it should get this version. It was still a little bit pricey, but affordable. And guys, this is a great fighter. This is right up there with things like Skullgirls, I would say. It's really done well. Very fun to progress. Really interesting, different fighter. You don't see these everyday fighters like this, that is. But I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. Next we have Haven, and I have not played this, guys. This was a limited run game. I love the artwork. It kind of reminds me of a comic I used to like called Saga. So the artwork really is reminiscent of that. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I've heard some good things about it. Haven't played it yet, of course, but I think I will get around to playing this shortly and maybe get back to you on what I think. But from what I've heard, Haven is kind of a hidden gem on the system. So moving on, we have Hell Pie. And yeah, guys, this one was freaky deaky, I'll tell you. It was out there. It kind of reminds me of games like Conker's Fur Day on the Nintendo 64, I believe. And I think they had a reference to Conker in here because one of the costumes looks like Conker. So I'm pretty sure they were referencing it in that one spot. But guys, this is a super rare game. So not easy to find. There's number 3, kind of early on in the series. Here's the slipcover, if you want to take a look at that briefly. It's a PEGI version because that's the only version they make of this. So there you go, Hell Pie. I like it. It was a lot of fun, a platformer type of thing. I kind of got into it more than Conker's even a little bit in some spots. So it was good. It was good. I'll give Hell Pie a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a fun little romp, platforming romp. Next we have the House of the Dead remake with the lenticular cover, 3D cover coming at you there. Zombies breaking through the game front right there. Pretty cool. It's always awesome when they do that. So yeah, it's like a cover you can take out with the game. But let me just show you the back here. There you go. Graphics were really redone well. Yeah, they were remastered on this version. I wish they had a remaster of House of the Dead 2. Hopefully that will come out soon. That's what I'm hoping for. Because this is a really short game, guys. You can beat it in like probably 30-40 minutes tops. So really short, but really a lot of fun. Reminiscent of those of the back in the day. On-rail shooter, of course. They got these cool cutouts that you get with it too. I mean, they went the extra mile. They got stickers. I mean, come on. This is a no-brainer. I mean, it's right around $20, guys. So it's definitely worth $20 for all that nostalgia and all the revamp that they did to it. House of the Dead remake, limited edition. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. Next we have Hired Gun, Necromunda. Yeah, whatever that means. But I didn't like this, guys. I'm sorry. I tried to. I tried getting through it. I couldn't even complete it because I just wasn't into it. It felt kind of like a cheap Doom knockoff a bit, I would say. But I don't know. Really, really buggy. That was another problem with it. Not a big fan of this one. I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10. Next we have Immortals of Avium. Now, I didn't know what to think of this going in because the dialogue was horrible. Like, the voice acting was bad, the dialogue was horrible. I was thinking to myself, oh no, another Forspoken. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, is Forspoken, but better. It is a little bit better. When you get into this more, the dialogue kind of, it picks up, it gets a little better. This gameplay is a lot of fun, and this one, better than Forspoken, I think, in a lot of ways. Forspoken's a third person, this is a first person. But I really liked this. I would give it a 7. Probably no more than a 7. I would be higher if it didn't have all that sappy dialogue. But anyway, moving on, guys. Look at this. Look at what we got here. Inscription. Yes, the physical version. This is a rare game, guys. 903 out of 1250 is what I got here. Got a little seal of approval there with a little bear paw. Now, I've played this, it's wrapped, but I've played this, the downloaded version of this, and this is an excellent game, a really unique indie card game where anything can happen. So it was really cool, guys. Really fun game. I'm keeping this sealed for now because it's like $300 if you keep it sealed. Probably a lot less if you open it. So for now, it's staying in its plastic sealing here. But I would recommend downloading this if you can. It's definitely worth a play. Inscription, check it out, guys. I would give that probably an 8.5 out of 10. It was awesome. Next we have We Love Katamari, Reroll Royal Reverie. And this is a new Katamari game from what I'm seeing. From what I played of it, it is not any of the old games revamped or, remastered or anything like that. It's an actual new Katamari game, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The music, however, wasn't quite as good as in the last Katamari game I played, which was Reroll. But this one was still a lot of fun. Had some really cool, different ideas, like underwater. There's a lot of good things in this game. I highly recommend this if you liked any of the Katamari games. Very unique indie title. This one gets a 7.5 out of 10. All right, folks, next up we have Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series. And this is the PEGI version, because that's the only version that does exist physically for this right now at this moment, at least on the PS5, on the new consoles, I should say. So, Klonoa, I've never played it, guys. Never opened it. I've heard some interesting things about it. It's a good platformer from what I hear. It is really hard to get Klonoa 1 and 2. Physical versions of that on the other consoles I guess it came out on. They're pretty expensive from what I hear. So if you want the collection of Klonoa games, I recommend going with the PS5 version. I have not played these yet, so I'm not sure how good the ports are, but Klonoa should be a good time for adults or kids alike. Let's talk about Life is Strange True Colors. I love the first Life is Strange, one of my favorite story-driven, choose-your-own-adventure, point-and-click type games. However, True Colors is not as good as the first one. It is good. I liked it. I had some good times with this. A little bit slow for me in some spots, but still done pretty well. I'm not going to, say anything too bad about this one because it was done pretty well. But, I would give Life is Strange True Colors probably a 7 out of 10. It wasn't anything fantastic, but it was good. Next, we're going to talk about Mortal Shell. Now, Mortal Shell was a hard game. I was like, oh great, another Souls one. And yeah, it was, but actually this one was a lot of fun. It's in some ways it did its own thing to the point where it didn't feel like Souls, but the gameplay itself did, but the game itself didn't. So really, really cool game, guys. Mortal Shell is worth a pickup if you like harder games to get through. I'm going to be looking at a game next that I'm going to want to pull another game up to reference with, and I'll tell you why in a second. But Mortal Shell, very well done. Man, graphics were great. Gameplay was difficult. Just a really fun game all around. The fact that you can inhabit, downed, shelled people, shells of people that have been down, it was really, really fun. Really cool dynamic here. I would give this one an 8 out of 10. It was so much fun. So next we're going to talk about 2 games. So the 2 games we're going to talk about, Hold on. I got it. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Perfect. All right, here I am. So I already talked about this, didn't I? Why am I bringing it back? Because dang, you'd think that someone did a little stealing of artwork here. What the heck is that? Look, this dude right here looks just like this dude. Except this guy's got a broken horn, and this guy's got hair. I mean, what? Am I missing something here? Who's gonna get sued? Ghostwire or Neon White? Tell me in the comments, right? So anyway, Neon White, wow. What a great indie title that was just like, it blew me away. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. This was addictive, guys. Neon White, I highly recommend. It's almost like that El Shaddai category for me from PS3 days. But yeah, very unique. Really, really well done indie game. And man, Neon White, that's where it's at. Other than the copyright infringement, I don't know if they copied them or yeah, I don't know what's going on. But Neon White is worth your time. Get this one. It's a great one. 8 out of 10. Next we have Persona 5 Royale. And you know, I've played Persona from the PS3 days, Persona 5 that is, on. This is an amazing RPG. I mean, when you get into this and really see how it opens up, it's fantastic. Man, this is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, actually. And so I highly recommend getting this Royal version because there's some extras they throw in there that you don't get with the PS3 version or the PS4 version. I don't believe either. So good stuff here. I love it. Persona 5 is a 9 out of 10 for RPGs. One of my faves. Next we have A Plague Tale: Innocence. This one caught me by surprise. I mean, it's basically Last of Us with rats instead of zombies. And man, story was great. The dialogue's been great. The voice acting's been great. The gameplay is addicting and fun and deep. It reminds me of Last of Us quite a bit, but in my humble opinion, I like this game better than Last of Us. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. It was a game that was done very, very meticulously. Most on-screen rats in any game. So cool, guys. A Plague Tale: Innocence, worth your time. Great story-driven action game. I would give this one a 8 out of 10. I loved it. Next, we're going to talk about Requiem, and we're not going to talk much about it. And that's why, because I've not opened it yet or played it. But I hear some good things about this, and I cannot wait to check it out when I'm done with Requiem. Or I'm sorry, when I'm done with Innocence. So when I get to Requiem, I'll let you know what I think. But from what I hear, it's a darker story. They go a little bit different, darker direction with it. So that sounds interesting. That sounds like it might get a little bit grotesque, and I can't wait to see how grotesque they get. A Plague Tale: Requiem, can't wait. Next, we're going to talk about Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I was kind of on the fence about buying this, but I'm glad I did. It was actually pretty good. Probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Prince of Persia games I've played thus far in the series, and I've played the majority of them. So, yeah, this one is an amazing platformer, visually stunning, just really clean. You know, no hiccups at all in this one. I loved it, guys. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, worth your time, a lot of fun. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Man, this game has some parts that gets you just pulling out your fox hair. I'm telling you. Pulling it right out. Yep, leave it in clumps on the ground. No, it's a kid's game, right? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, but it kind of does have some moments. So, Rift Apart, what do you guys think? I loved it. I thought it was a really well done Ratchet & Clank game. I actually like the PS4 one they came out with before better, but I think this one was still really good. I'd probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. I loved it. I don't know how much replay value it has, but it was really good. So we have Returnal here. I liked this game. Very strange, but fun, platforming bullet hell shooter, I would call it in some spots. But really good. I liked this one. It had a unique feel. It was a bit dark. I think it was a hidden gem on the system. Another one that I would recommend if you like running around and shooting everything in sight and then running around and figuring out a better way to do it after. So Returnal, great game, guys. I'd probably give this a 7.5. It was a lot of fun. Next we have RoboCop Rogue City. Man, I was so looking forward to this game. And I was so let down by it. I'm sorry. It was not that good, guys. I played it quite a bit, and there's some great parts, but it's very monotonous. There's a lot of running around doing stupid things. I must say, it's the best RoboCop game to date graphically. However, the fun wears off quickly here, guys. It really does. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I don't recommend it really, especially since it's still like 40, 50 bucks. Not really worth your time here for that type of money. I'd say pick this up for 20, 25 bucks, and then you'd be a little happier. But I would give RoboCop a 6.5 out of 10. It was just above fair. Next, we're talking about Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Sackboy, yeah, this was a great one. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. This reminds me of platformers like Astrobot. It was really done well. I think this might actually be my favorite Little Big Planet style game of all of them. This one was fantastic, guys. Worth your time if you're an adult or a child. Maybe a little difficult for children in some spots with some of the puzzling, but not too bad. And this is a game you can get through and just feel so satisfied afterwards. Sackboy, I'd give that an 8 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have Severed Steel, and it feels like the disc is loose. Yep, sure is. Severed Steel. This is a hidden gem on the system. I played this and I loved like the art direction and everything. It looks great. It's really cool. I played this, and in the beginning, I was a little bit bored and taken back by it. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, okay, is this going to get better? Is this like the tutorial? What's going on? Guys, when you play this, all I can say is stick with it, and it will get better, and it will become addictive. I promise you that. When you realize like what's happening level to level, it gets addictive, and you want to keep progressing. This is really well done. Hidden gem on the system. I really liked it. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Scarlet Nexus. I really tried to like this game. I did. I really tried to. It was good in some spots. Some parts were good. A lot of people like this game, but I just wasn't quite as into it as I thought I would be. So I don't recommend it. It's really a cheap game right now. I think I picked this up for like $5 at a GameStop or something, but I guess it's worth $5. Yeah. So if you get it for $5, then I recommend it. Otherwise, I don't. I would give Scarlet Nexus a 6 out of 10. Next we have Sifu Vengeance Edition. Now this, of course, is the Steelbook version. I'll show you the rest of that stuff here soon, but here is the Steelbook. Guys, Sifu was a unique game and was done extremely well. There's the soundtrack code if you want it. I don't even think I've used it yet. I probably won't use it, so there you go. There's a freebie, guys. Sifu, wow, a lot of fun on this thing. Let me show you what's inside this this collector's edition or whatever it's called. So you got some artwork here, the art of Sifu. There you go. Some cool stuff in here. Cool stuff. Yeah, characters, I like it. Scenes, and yeah, I like that too. Very nice. Good looking book, and it's pretty thick. I mean, you got some substantial book here. Next they gave you some of these cards. I'll show this to you briefly without giving away the game and what these are signifying. But yeah, Sifu, guys, worth your time entirely. I loved it. I would give Sifu an 8 out of 10. It was an excellent game. I mean, I can't give it any less of a score than that. And I know my scores are a little bit crazy. I know that I kind of give lower scores, but my grading scale kind of starts from 7 as being good on. So when I say a game is a 7, that means it's a good. If it's anything above a 7, it's getting to the very good, exceptional, you know. And then of course 10 is perfect, blah blah blah. But if I go down to 6 or below 6, 6 is fair, and below 6 is just probably bad, and then you shouldn't get it. Anyway, let's talk about Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Wow, this is a long game. A lot of puzzling here, a lot of lightsaber fighting, a lot of upgrading. There's my receipt I should have taken out. There you go. Have that floor. All right, so Jedi Survivor. Excellent game. It really done well. I liked Fallen Order. I think just as good, maybe not just as good, because this was superior. It really was. I got to give this a higher score. I would give this an 8 out of 10, guys. It was really good. Maybe Fallen Order 7.5-ish or so, but I loved them both. Very well done games. I recommend them 100%. Go out, pick you up some Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and you won't be sorry. Next we have Spider-Man 2, and oh my God, this game. Woo! Favorite Spider-Man game to date. I mean, this was like God of War 3 intro. It was awesome. It was awesome. Spider-Man 2, this is the game for everyone. I love it. Fantastic. Launch edition. My son even beat this game. He loved it so much, and he's 6. So if that tells you anything, this game is enjoyable by adults, by children, graphically amazing. fun, just so well done and engaging. This is a very engaging Spider-Man game. And yeah, it reminds me of some of the other ones they've done recently, but this one was a different level. It was a new level of fun for me. Best Spider-Man game to date. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. It was a near perfect game. So we've come to the bittersweet end of our video. This is my last stack of games, but we'll go over this one. Stray was a very fantastic indie game. Very well done. Cool atmosphere. Cool puzzling. The puzzles aren't for everybody. I'd say it's rated E10 plus for a reason. You know, give it to a 10-year-old and they can probably figure out most of it. But man, this one was a journey. It was a really, really fun and well done, well constructed indie game. I had a lot of fun with this. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we're talking about Tales of Iron. Oh my gosh, this was hard. Whew. Now this one felt like Souls a bit in a platformer, you know. But the art direction was awesome. Totally worth it to play. I beat the game, but I still haven't beat the extra bosses near the end that you can actually play after you beat the game. So I haven't gotten through the entire thing, I guess, and all the side missions or whatever. I guess there were most of the missions I did actually get through, but it's just the ending I didn't finish. After the ending of the game, they give you a little extra stuff to do. I just didn't get through that. But man, as a whole, I had a blast playing this game. Man, I think I cussed more than any game I've cussed through recently playing this, because it's just you'd think it'd be easier because it looks like it's a child's game, but it's kind of not. It's difficult. It's got some parts where you'll be ripping out your hair again in clumps, leaving it on the ground for your mom to pick up. But anyway, Tales of Iron, worth your time, a lot of fun, cool narration, cool art direction. I highly recommend it. 7.5 out of 10. Next, we're talking about Tormented Souls. This I would call the remastered version of Resident Evil 1 on crack. Yeah, all those things together. This one was actually good, though. I liked it. The only thing I don't like about this game is the janky camera angles, just like in Resident Evil 1, where you'll be running to the left and all of a sudden you're running up, or you'll be running up a hallway and all of a sudden you're running right. And so you have to adjust your controller to match where the screens change to. I mean, that's annoying, but the game was really, really fun and really done well, and the graphics are on point. This is a revamped Resident Evil, in my opinion. Really liked it. A lot of fun. 7.5 out of 10 on that one. Next, we're going to talk about Trek to Yomi. I really like Trek to Yomi. This is an amazing cinematic masterpiece. It was done so well and so uniquely. You don't see black and white games often, other than Limbo was one of them. But this one had a completely different feel than Limbo. It had its own thing going, like a late 60s samurai black and white film or something like that. That's what I was thinking of when I was playing it. So it was very nostalgic feeling. Unfortunately, my case broke on that one, but it still stays in barely. Anyway, but I got the deluxe edition, so I will go ahead and show you that. Guys, I didn't love the game because it was a bit repetitive in some ways, but it's a great game. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I do have the deluxe edition, so let me show you what that looks like. That's your box artwork by Devolver, so it's probably going to be rare later. I do recommend you pick this up. This is a really, really fun game, and just amazing visually to look at, like I said. You get that, and you also get this art book with it as well in the deluxe edition, which is okay, kind of blah, because it's all black and white, right? But no, the black and white really works in-game. Not so sure it works in this book as much, but in-game it looks incredible. So there you go. Little insight into Trek to Yomi there. Some pretty cool stuff, right? I mean, can't complain. I like it. They did a good job. So yeah, Trek to Yomi, good time. 7.5 out of 10 on that one. We're going to talk about our next game here, which has kind of a pink background to it, which I kind of dig on. Oh, look, and she's holding a little kitty. Oh, it's so cute. Probably gets eviscerated later or something, though. Wanted Dead, guys. This is kind of like an older PS3 days hack and slash shoot 'em up, I guess, third person style. Yeah, very violent. I liked the kills were satisfying, but this is a game that you just jump into, just to kill anything that moves. Basically, it's a fast satisfaction type game. Pretty good though, for the most part. I would say the dialogue sucked and it was kind of cheesy in some spots, but not so much that you can't get through it, because it was pretty gruesome. So I give Wanted Dead a 7 out of 10. It was a lot of fun for me. Next we have Shooter's Blood and Teeth. Warhammer 40,000. Now this reminded me of a Metal Slug clone a bit. However, it did its own thing. So it was really unique, and some different things that you wouldn't usually do in Metal Slug. Some different controller things that you'd be doing, so that it doesn't quite feel like Metal Slug, but it definitely has its own unique feel. I really liked it. Art direction was great. The shooting, the bashing, the puzzle solving, everything was really fun in this. It was still a standard game for the most part. Nothing insanely crazy. So I would give it a 7 out of 10. Worth your time. A lot of fun. Next we have Wolong Fallen Dynasty by KT. Yeah, this game, a lot of people say this is a Souls-like game. I kind of disagree though. It wasn't as hard as Souls for me. There are definitely some hard parts, but if you learn the moves, then it's really not as difficult as people make it. I just think it was a really amazingly graphically done game. This game was visually stunning, and the gameplay felt really satisfying. I highly recommend Wolong, guys. This one's a keeper. 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 works. Let's go to our last game here now, guys. We're talking about Wreckfest, Drive Hard, Die Last. So Wreckfest, one of my favorite racing games I've ever played. Also, one of my favorite games in the respect that you can, crash and the physics actually look like you crash. You get crash damage. I mean, this thing is detailed, and it is fun and addictive. I could not put it down. Wreckfest, totally worth your time. Pretty cheap right now. Pick it up. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Yes, I give a racing game an 8 out of 10, and that's unheard of for me because I usually don't play these much. But guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you tuning in for my PS5 video breakdown of my collection. I may do another collection with my Xbox games. I do have some of those, not a ton. Maybe when I get some more, I'll do that video for you. But I hope you like this. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Give me some games I can play now that I haven't played yet or haven't shown here yet that you think I'd be above a 7 on, right? Because I'm kind of a harsh grader. But again, guys, thanks again. Subscribe, like if you like. We'll catch you next time.